How's it going, everyone? My name's Graeme, and welcome to the first ever This Week on Newgrounds. I've been a member of Newgrounds for over 10 years, and this is a series I've thought about making in the past, and I got really hung up on what it could or should be, and I decided maybe the best option was to just start getting into it, and I could get some feedback from you guys, and with a little bit of give and take, we can have this grow organically and find a nice sweet spot of what the series should be. Mostly what I'm picturing from it is just the highlights of what's happened this week on Newgrounds. Some weeks will be more busy than others. This happened to be a pretty busy week, so I thought it would be a good week to do a trial of this. And if no major changes or no major announcements happen in any given week, the episode will still always include what the top 5 movies and animations were for that week. So, what happened this week on Newgrounds? We saw the debut of the official Newgrounds radio, which was programmed by Bren the Man and acts as an amendment to the Newgrounds chat. The Newgrounds audio portal has something close to 700,000 user submissions. These include originals and covers, video game music, hip-hop, rock, metal, industrial, ambient, house, anything and everything. The Newgrounds Radio acts as an app where you can tune into a specific channel and listen to random songs from within that grouping. It even has the handy ability to be opened up in its own pop-up player, so you can keep it in the corner while you're doing other work. Users have made things similar to this in the past, but it will be cool to see something official where they can expand on it and build on it. Maybe they can add like a station for podcasts, because I know people can submit podcasts to the audio portal. And maybe you can build your own playlists. Maybe users can start like hosting radio channels. It has a lot of potential. It's a pretty sweet new feature. The next thing I want to bring up from this week on Newgrounds requires a little bit of explaining. In past summers, Newgrounds has hosted both TUFA and NEDA, the Tournament of Flash Animators, and Newgrounds' annual Tournament of Animations. These tournaments would pit animators against each other in elimination-style brackets, narrowing down to a final winner. In place of NEDA, the most recent iteration of this tournament, Newgrounds is instead doing a series of jams throughout the entire summer. Rather than having any kind of elimination, every round of this jam is open entry to anyone who wants. Then a panel of judges chooses their top 10 favorites from within those entries. The cumulative points are taken from those judgings, and the first place entry is given 10 points, and the 10th entry is given 1 point. At the end of these 5 jams, whoever has the most cumulative points across the 5 jams will be crowned the winner. So far this summer has already had the Loop Jam, the Robot Jam, and now this week we saw the end of the Sound Jam. User Z Strifle made 30 original sound effects for this Sound Jam. The goal of the jam was to use a minimum of 20 of these sound effects in your animation. I was very honored to be called on to judge this round actually because of my past work with the Did You Hear That collab series. It was a series of collaborations I hosted with a similar premise of basing an animation around sound effects. Me and 4 other judges all voted on our favorites, and then the cumulative votes from users counted as a 6th judge. The top 3 animations from this round were Tech Savvy Tech Titty, I don't know if I'm saying that right, by Penniless Ragamuffin, Dog Box Coliseum by Butzbo, and Sign Here by Golfino. Also not sure if I'm saying that right. These were actually my top 3 choices as well, but I ranked them in a different order. Round 4 has been announced with the theme of Rejected Mascots. So this could be for video game characters, for cartoons, for any sort of franchise or anything else that anyone can imagine. The animators are being given 3 weeks this round so as not to conflict with Clock Day, which will be coming up August 15th. But that's something I can get into in another episode. After 3 rounds of this jam, we actually are sitting at a 3-way tie between Dwongster, Wolf Games, and Golfino, all at 19 points. So that's the kind of extra stuff that I can get into in these weekly episodes. It can really cover anything. If there's a major new release in a popular Newgrounds series, I'll include that. If there's a user who has turned one of their old games into a new Steam release, I could include that. If a popular musician on the site released a new CD, or if an artist on the site is doing an art gallery, that's all things that I can get into, and it'll be up to you guys to tell me what sort of stuff you'd like to hear. And at the bare minimum every week, I can include the top 5 movies and games from that week on Newgrounds. This week, the top 5 were actually all movies. This week at number 5, we have Crash Zoom Sky Scam, animated by Juan Chomp and written by Tom Scott and Ed Boley. Coming in at number 4 is Tech Savvy Tech Titty from the Sound Jam by Penniless Ragamuffin.
Hi, I'm Dr. Doe.
At number 3, we have Dr. Doe's Chemical Kitchen by Alpha 995. In second place is Dog Box Coliseum by Buttsbo, also from this week's Sound Jam. And before I look at our number 1 submission for the week, I'd like to take a look at our 2 bonus awards. First, we have Underdog of the Week, which is the submission which showed the greatest disparity between user votes and user reviews. This award went to What If Undertale Was a Sitcom by Aaron's Mind. And our review crew pick for the week was Sign Here by Golfinho, also from the Sound Jam. So obviously the Sound Jam was turning out pretty high quality animations. And our number 1 submission of the week is You Knew What I Was When You Picked Me Up, No Evil 20 by Warlord-of-Noodles. That's all I've got for you guys today on This Week on Newgrounds. Let me know what you think of the concept of the show. Is this something you'd like to tune into weekly? What can I add? What should be taken away? What can I do differently? Let me know. Any feedback is appreciated. Thank you guys all so much for watching, and I'll see you again next week.